Greetings everyone! Today is going to be all about skin. Ooh la la! This video has been so requested ever since I mentioned maybe doing it in a past video, so here we are! As a lot of you know, I used to have pretty bad acne, and I'm going to be talking about my experience with having acne, some of the things that I tried that didn't work, and then the things that I tried that did work, and the things that I continue to use today. I gotta say, the train through Acneville was difficult. It wasn't always pleasant, but I did learn a lot, not only about my skin, but about myself. Before I jump into everything, I just want to touch on a few things. One, I'm not wearing any makeup today, so you guys can see what my skin looks like now. I just filled in my brows today, but I have nothing else on my lips aside from a lip balm, which doesn't really have any color in it. Two, everyone's skin is different, so what works for me may not work for you, and this video is just all about sharing my experience, what has worked for me, and hopefully you can take away something helpful from this. And number three, my skin type is oily, so I just get oily everywhere. But keep in mind that your skin does change as you get older. The high school years, a time of confusion, strange clothing choices, and for me, actually not that much acne. However, when I turned 18, all of that just went out the window and I got pretty bad acne. And it just continued to get worse all the way up until I was 25. So it wasn't until like a year ago that my skin really cleared up. I had consistent acne for about 7 years, and it was difficult because I got acne later than most of the people that I knew. So they either had acne in their teen years or they just never had acne and were blessed with really clear skin. As I got older, it got more difficult to deal with, and I just became more embarrassed and more ashamed of how I looked. Let's just talk about acne in general. There are different kinds of acne, and I specifically had cystic acne. In short, cystic acne is when bacteria gets stuck in your pore, but it gets stuck deep down in the pore, causing inflammation. And it creates a red bump that's usually really tender to the touch, that's full of pus underneath the skin. It's really difficult to pop a pimple like this because it's so deep within your skin. And if a pimple like this pops, the infection can actually spread and you'll get more breakouts. The exact cause of acne in general is unknown, but most people attribute it to genetics and or hormones. One of my parents had really bad cystic acne around the same age, so I think it was a combination of going through puberty and growing up, and then also some of my genetics as well. Another thing that came along with my cystic acne was hyperpigmentation. The specific kind of hyperpigmentation I had is called post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So basically, after a pimple totally heals, you're left with a red or dark spot on your skin. And those marks can take weeks, months, or even years to fade. That was the situation I was in. So no matter what I did, I was always left with a dark mark behind, and it would take a really, really long time for them to fade. Most of the time it took months, sometimes it took years. When I had really bad acne, I wrote down words that expressed how I felt about myself, and I'm gonna read some of them to you guys now, and my heart is racing because this is something that I've never expressed outwardly. So here they are. Gross, ugly, disgusting, unworthy of love and attention, embarrassed, shame. It makes me sad to read these words because at one time I felt all of these things about myself and I couldn't shake it. When you feel like other people are looking at your acne and not you when you're speaking, it's really tough. So if you're feeling this way about yourself, I want you to know that, you know, you're not alone. So from here, I decided to pretty much try everything and anything that I could. I basically spent every paycheck that I got on skincare products, I couldn't find anything that worked for me. And then I found Proactiv. This kind of sounds like a Proactiv commercial, but I promise it's not. Proactiv as a full system did not work for me. It was really harsh on my skin and my skin felt tight, it was red. But the thing that I did take away from Proactiv that was really helpful was that I discovered my skin really responds to benzoyl peroxide and not so much salicylic acid. In addition to topical treatments, another thing that I tried was birth control. I went on birth control to help with my period flow because it was really, really heavy. And I also hoped that it would clear up my acne. But I did not have a good response to birth control, and I went off of it within the first year. I just didn't feel well being on it, and after I went off of it, my body had a really difficult time adjusting back to its regular cycle. And after all of that, I came to the conclusion that my skin really loves a simple, gentle, minimal routine. And that's what I've been focused on for about the last year, and my skin has just responded so well to everything. And my skin is pretty much cleared up completely. I use some of these products every day, and others I only use a few times a week. It just depends on my skin at the time because traveling, stress, and a bunch of other things play a role in what my skin is doing. This is a step that is so crucial and important because when you have makeup on your face, it's clogging your pores and preventing your skin from healing itself. No matter what I'm doing, I always take off my makeup before I go to bed. My favorite way to remove makeup is to use a cleansing oil. This one is the Elizabeth Den for One Love Organics Vitamin B Enzyme Cleansing Oil and Makeup Remover. Whether you're wearing waterproof makeup or you're not wearing that much makeup, I find that cleansing oils are the absolute best way to get rid of all of the makeup on your face. Basically, you just put this in your hands while they're still dry and you apply it to dry skin, massage it into your skin, and you'll see all of your makeup dissolving, and then you rinse it off, and it rinses off completely clean. It doesn't leave your skin feeling oily at all. It's not gonna make you break out more, and this one is really great because it's formulated with all natural ingredients. It smells really good, it's super gentle, and it leaves your skin feeling clean and balanced. I also like using makeup wipes sometimes, and my favorite, yep, you guessed it, yes to cucumber. I also like the blueberry ones as well. Another fave is from Simple, and these are the micellar wipes. I also really love to use gentle face cleansers. This one is from First Aid Beauty, and it is their face cleanser. That's what it's called. I'll use this on days when I'm not wearing makeup or when I just feel like I really need to wash my face, because sometimes you just have those days where you're like, I just need to use a good cleanser. This will get the job done. Another thing I love in this department is this Simple Cleansing Micellar Water. And I use this with a little cotton pad, and it's great because it's like a lazy person skincare product. It's wonderful to travel with because you don't have to rinse it off. To exfoliate my skin, I really love the Origins Ginseng Scrub Cleanser. First thing I love about this, it smells amazing. It has a really vibrant citrus scent to it, and it works really well. It's gentle, it's not gonna like scratch your face, it's not overly abrasive, and it just gets rid of any dead skin that's hanging around. SPF is important just in general because it protects your skin, but it's also really helpful if you're dealing with hyperpigmentation from acne. I really love this one from Kate Somerville. It's the Daily Deflector Moisturizer with SPF 50 PA+++. So this is a really lightweight sunscreen that I'll put on my face underneath my makeup. It doesn't break me out, which is a miracle because I feel like most sunscreens usually break me out. And when you have hyperpigmentation, if you go out in the sun without sun protection, the UV rays will go straight through the makeup and darken those spots. For daily moisturizer, my absolute favorite is the Kate Somerville Nourish Moisturizer. This stuff is awesome. I can't even tell you how many tubs of this stuff I've gone through. This is something that I can use day and night. I can wear it underneath my makeup. I can wear it without makeup. I can mix it with my night treatments that I'm about to talk about. It's just a really versatile product, and that's why I just keep using it. This is something that's really crucial in my skincare routine because when you go to sleep at night, that's the time when your skin replenishes and heals itself. The first one is the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. I have been using it ever since Kiehl's first launched it. Now I know it is absolutely terrifying to even think about using an oil on your face when you have acne. This is a blend of essential oils and botanicals that's really, really soothing. In the morning when you wake up, you're not gonna feel greasy, you're not gonna have extra breakouts. Your skin is just gonna feel refreshed and supple. Another thing I use is the Kiehl's Clearly Corrective Dark Spot Solution. And when I had really bad hyperpigmentation, I use this pretty much every single night, and I have to give this product credit for basically getting rid of all of my hyperpigmentation. As you probably noticed, I don't have any products in my routine that are specifically for acne, aside from this one. It is the Proactive Pore Targeting Treatment, and that's because I learned that my skin just needs really simple, gentle products, and then if I get a breakout, I need to use a spot treatment. And this is a benzoyl peroxide spot treatment that I'll use at the first sign of a pimple. So if I just see a little guy trying to like pop its little head out, I'll put this on, and this totally kills it. And last but not least, just as a little refresher slash treat for my skin, I use this botanical mist from May Lindstrom, and it's called the Jasmine Garden. This stuff smells like straight up jasmine flowers. I love this spray just for the scent alone, but it also helps refresh your skin. So if you're having a long day and you just feel like, oh, I need a little bit of a refresher, this stuff is awesome. So that's it for all the products that I use. Going into a few random but hopefully helpful tips from me. Number 1, wash your makeup brushes. I used to never wash my makeup brushes because I was lazy. And I realized, oh, I'm getting breakouts because my makeup brushes are dirty and bacteria is building up in there, and that's probably clogging my pores. Number 2, use clean towels and pillowcases. This may seem like a no-brainer, but sometimes you can just have a towel out for a week, maybe even longer, and you don't realize that there's bacteria building up on that towel that you're drying your face on. Pillowcases, also important because your oils and your sweat and your everything is just getting in there. It's getting in that pillow real good. And number 3, not wearing makeup, even if you're breaking out really badly. And it's not just because makeup clogs your pores, but going back to how I felt while I had really bad acne, I realized that I didn't want to feel this way about myself when I wasn't wearing makeup. I was relying on my concealer and my foundation to make myself feel good. So what I did is I forced myself to go out into the world without makeup on, even if I was breaking out really badly. And it was absolutely terrifying to do. I felt so embarrassed, but every time I did it, it got a little bit better until it got to the point where I felt really good going outside without makeup on, even when I had really bad acne. I started to feel better because I didn't feel so hopeless, because I was starting to love myself, my real and true self. Pushing myself out of my comfort zone and encouraging myself to embrace how I look without makeup helped make this journey so much better. And now that my skin has cleared up, I appreciate that journey even more, because it was not only about my skin clearing up, it was about how I perceived myself as a human being. If you're going through something similar right now, I just want you to know that everything will be okay, and I encourage you to just take baby steps towards loving your bare face. So I want to send a big group hug to all of you guys out there who are going through something similar, because everything will be okay. and you're beautiful no matter what. I really hope this was helpful for you guys, and if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments and I'll try to get back to you as many as I can. But also, I would love for this to be a conversation where we can all help each other out. So if you have any tips that you see may help somebody in the comments, please share them. Because when you're going through something like this, sometimes it just feels good to know that you're not alone. I love you guys so much. I'm thinking of you, and I'll see you later. Bye.